Postseason for Big Ten softball has arrived in College Park. On Saturday, one team will hoist the trophy, but it all starts here on day one. The Big Ten softball tournament is brought to you by Allstate. The top 12 teams convening at the Maryland Softball Stadium to determine a champion and automatic berth for the NCAA tournament. Game 3 of this quadruple header first round features the 7th-seeded Wisconsin Badgers versus the number 10 Purdue Boilermakers, a rematch from the regular season. So far, moving on, it is the Washington Huskies. They were able to hold up number 12 Minnesota 4-2. The defending Big Ten tournament champions Michigan with a run rule shutout over their rival Ohio State to move on to the quarterfinals. 2 more spots up for grabs, where the top 4 seeds will be taking the field for the first time. The winner of this game will move on to face number 2 Oregon in tomorrow's quarterfinals. After us, Penn State will take on Northwestern on day 1. Hello and welcome. So glad you're joining us. Slow Martin, Jenny Ritter along with you. Both of these teams have cores that know how to win in this format. Each of the last 2 years, they have, as a double-digit seed, made runs to the semifinals.
Yeah, and you feel like these coaching staffs just kind of prepare them for this moment. They are gritty teams. They find a way to get series wins throughout the regular season. And by the way, both of them coming off huge series wins. Wisconsin scoring 21 runs in their series sweep, and Purdue scoring 20 runs. So their offense is firing on all cylinders. It's down to their defense and pitching to really make it happen.
Well, Purdue's offense has not just found another gear, it has been completely transformed this season. They have set multiple single-season program records, including runs, RBI, and home runs, which they have doubled from 2025. It all starts at the top with Mariah Poehler, the nation's leader in batting average and hits.
Yeah, I mean, the 556 is unreal to me. Like you said, nation's leading, but how great to have such a leader in that leadoff position. It really propels the rest of the offense. She's going to get on base. There's no doubt about that. It's the rest of the lineup that really needs to look to push her around.
In the circle for the Wisconsin Badgers is Shelby Jacobson, whose loyalty to this program has paid off as a senior, having a career year, including a career high in wins, which she had weeks ago. She will be tough to face here for the Badgers with the season they've put together.
Yeah, and she has stepped up as the leader. That's really what you want, is someone that's going to emerge as that leader for your team. Wisconsin has that in her. She has been stellar. She's mixing her pitches well. She throws in the mid-60s. She's got the drop, the curve, and the rise, but it's the changeup that really makes her effective. And she really needs that top of the strike zone on that rise ball to be as effective as possible. If she can place that really at the top of the zone, that just makes her that much better.
And it will be Mariah Poehler to start things off for the Purdue Boilermakers. She has been an unstoppable force, and that is putting it mildly. You saw her 556 batting average. She also leads the Big Ten in stolen bases, 7th in the nation in on-base percentage, and 4th in the conference in runs as well. Second pitch she's able to send into center field, and just like that, she's already on base.
I didn't even have the time to say that there's so much that she can do. She just finds a way to see the ball and hit the ball, and there is not much you can do to get her out right now. She just slaps that one through. That's all she needs to do, just find a way to drive it through the infield. She sees something that's hittable, which for her is pretty much the entire strike zone, and finds a way to drop one in. Such a great start for Purdue.
That is the 100th hit of this season for Mariah Poehler. That is among the greatest seasons in Big Ten history in that category.
It's ridiculous. I mean, her numbers are astounding, and she just keeps getting better, and you cannot ask for more from an athlete on your squad than to kind of set the tone that way almost every game.
And here is Anna Moore, the freshman from Indianapolis, who has been a revelation. Her next home run would be a new single-season Purdue record that goes back to 2007, along that theme of how stupendous this offensive growth has been in the 3rd year under Magali Frizzotti.
And Jacobson living a little bit further out. As you see those single-season program history, 14 home runs. Throwing her out, her strength is kind of that inside part of the strike zone. Up and in, down and in, and then low and out. So staying kind of further up and out is going to be the win.
And she earns a walk So 2 on against Jacobson. Purdue coming out looking strong out of the gate. Defensively behind Jacobson, you have Danny Lucy, who's a former walk-on who had played outfield before, was named to the all-defensive team last season. Hillary Blomberg behind the plate. Coach Yvette Healy says she's in her element, playing the position that she loves. So you have those 2 anchors up the middle for this Wisconsin defense. Mariah Poehler is able to scamper to third. The ball goes awry, and she's already crossing home plate. We are 6 pitches into the game, and Purdue with a 1-0 lead with the pressure of speed from Mariah Poehler.
And she's got speed, she's got power, she's got it all. You can see the speed there. When you put pressure with speed, you rush throws. That's what happened here. This ball gets past Olivia Bark, and no doubt about it, no problem, Mariah Poehler is able to score. And if you can put pressure on a defense that way, and they have miscues, the benefit for Purdue is so much greater.
Coach Healy said specifically about facing this Purdue team in Poehler, you can't let her presence make you get sped up, and that's what happened there.
Well, and she does. She speeds that game up. So you have to remember that you're playing your game, and if you throw the right pitches, you get the ground balls that you need, you can still beat her. But I mean, that's what she's so good at. It's kind of crazy how good she is, really.
It's a good way to put it. But she really has this way of toying with defenses like it is a game to her, but even to a different level.
I mean, again, when you have the speed and the different tools in your toolbox, there's so many different things that can happen. She can hit the long ball, so you can't put a shift on her. We talked about that before the game had begun. I wonder if Wisconsin will put a shift on Mariah Poehler. She hits mostly to the left side of the field, but when she doesn't, it can be the long ball. So you've got to respect her game in so many different ways.
This hitter, Haley Painter, have to respect her ability with the long ball. She's going to get herself on first base. So this first 3 batters against Jacobson have gone single, walk, and the Badgers feeling a little rattled right now.
Well, and you set the tone as that leadoff, and not to harp on Mariah Poehler as good as she is, but when you give up that first hit and it's so early on in the count, then you start thinking about hitting. And as a pitcher, you've got to focus on the next batter. Now with 2 walks, it's almost like you see Jacobson a little too perfect with her pitches. She needs to kind of go back to her game and just trust it. Maybe just give Mariah Poehler the fact that she got that hit and focus back on getting the outs here this game.
Delaney Reef, a junior from Frederick, Maryland, started her career with the Terrapins. Chopped foul. In fact, was the 2022 Maryland Gatorade Softball Player of the Year, so she returns to very familiar confines. Coach Rizzotti liking her ability in this RBI spot. She's got an 0-2 count against her right now against Jacobson. And again fouled away. More on second, Painter over at first for the Boilermakers, and still no outs.
And that's a pitch that Reef likes. She will go and attack up in the zone. She can be successful right at the top of that strike zone. So quick hands, quick ability to get that barrel on top of that upper strike zone pitch.
Jacobson trying to use this at bat to get her back into this first inning, has the advantage here against Reef and looking for out number 1. But Reef has been fighting off her pitches.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously a better start for Jacobson. She gets ahead in the count, and then it allows her to really mix the pitches. You saw the off-speed kind of low in that zone. You're seeing some pitches that are up and out. You're seeing some that are lower and in. She's mixing it well, and you can do that, and you can play off the plate a little bit more. She's still ahead in this count. She can still mix it and let it spin out of the zone. Good pitch there. Again, started at that low spot, spun a little bit lower. You got a 1-2 count. That's your ability to kind of live right at the bottom and let somebody fish for it. And you see how Reef had to go down and get that pitch. That is the benefit of being able to be ahead in the count.
Reef has been able to foul away multiple pitches and sends that up the middle for a base hit. Purdue is keeping the pressure on, but the out is made at home. The throw over to third is safe. But a great defensive heads-up play by Wisconsin to get their first out.
I don't think you can get a better throw to home. I thought that Anna Moore was safe, no problem. First of all, this is almost a check swing. You saw that pitch low in the zone, and she just had to reach for it. Reef had to reach for it and just drive it up the middle. But how about this throw from Danny Lucy right on the money? You could not ask for more than a perfectly placed ball that allows Blomberg to just grab and tag right where the runner is. Gets Anna Moore out.
Bunt is laid down by Chloe Banks. The throw comes home. And that's going to score again for Purdue, using the small ball game as well.
Again, this is a gritty team, right? They find a way to be scrappy. This is a perfect bunt that literally is right along that foul line. You have to make that play at first base, kind of pick it up, and automatically Blomberg made the throw without really looking at third. Allowed for Haley Painter to score.
2-0 lead for Purdue. This was that last pitch into Banks.
And look at the fair, like this is literally on the line. If you extend that foul line all the way to home plate, that's what you're looking at. It's not just because it's in the batter's box. That still is fair. You have to take that. It was kind of a great ball that it looked like it might have spun foul, but you couldn't take that chance. That's why Blomberg had to pick it up and make the throw.
Ainsley Armstrong at the plate now and ropes it right to third base, but the damage done early by Purdue. A 2-0 lead, showing off their offense in the postseason.
With Blackstone, you can cook anything, anytime, anywhere, anything. From weekend classics to weekday favorites, or whatever's on the menu. Anytime. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anywhere. From your backyard to big open spaces all across America. With griddles and more at blackstoneproducts.com or your nearest retailer. Outdoor cooking happens on a Blackstone.
Stop, check this out. Our most advanced performance frame, Talon, is out. It's a bestseller. We just got it back in stock, and I want to show you a little bit about it. These come with our signature lost and broken protection, and you can try them risk-free for 30 days. Check them out at ShadyRays.com.
Catch the entire 2026 Big Ten softball tournament presented by Allstate.
Dead center field, and it's gone!
Struck her out.
Coverage continues through Saturday, only on the Big Ten Network.
Top offensive seasons in Wisconsin Badgers history, on pace for a program record with batting average. You look at OPS, they have set a record as well. Top 5 for runs, third most RBI, but it is Jacqueline Showalter who has really grown to end her freshman season, coming on strong late.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you look at the 296 batting average, but she has really been on fire. She's batted 455 in her last 5 games, and 5 for 11 against Purdue.
Julia Gossett is who they will face in the circle. Top 10 in nearly every category in the Big Ten, including 9th in ERA. She is the ace of this staff, and she has earned that mantle with about a 3 ERA this season, over 157 innings.
Yeah, when I look at Julia Gossett, to me, the one thing that stands out is she's such a gamer. She figures it out. She knows how to win. She's going to throw in those mid-60s. She'll go up in the zone with a curveball and then mix in that changeup, but she just attacks the zone, and that is the key.
Emily Bojan, the leadoff hitter for Wisconsin. A senior from Chicago, coming off a magnificent final weekend of the regular season against Rutgers. 7 for 12 at a double and a home run. Second pitch. Drilled into the outfield, the catch made for out number 1 by Condon. Looking at the defense around Purdue, and Coach Rizzotti loves what Kaylee Franks has brought over to the third base position. She says she is a Gold Glove candidate at that position, an absolute game changer defensively. You have Mariah Poehler also on the left side, one of the fastest players in the entire country. Chloe Banks, really excellent as well, patrolling over in center field for a lot of speed, particularly on that left side.
Yeah, between Banks and Poehler, you're talking about massive range and coverage there on the left side of the field. Makes a pitcher feel good, I'll tell you that.
Gossett now facing Hillary Blomberg. Now in her junior season, from just outside Madison, had always been her dream to be a Badger. And she has been steady this season, leading the team in average, slugging, home runs, RBI. She's also second all-time in program history to the great former Big Ten Player of the Year, Kayla Conwent, in terms of career home runs. You have to think she's going to catch her someday, track her down.
Listen, Kayla Conwent was kind of in a league of her own, but let me tell you, Hillary Blomberg, when she finds a way to barrel up a ball, she does it in big moments. She does it when it's important. You look at her stats, a lot of the times when she hits those home runs, it's either early in the count or with a full count. You see her working up towards a full count here. Really takes advantage of a pitch that comes in that hittable zone.
2-2 count to Blomberg, just misses high. It's a full count. And of course, Big Ten tournament fans remember her 2024 run when this team as a 12 seed advanced to the semifinals. She went 6 for 11 across 3 games, set multiple Wisconsin tournament records. 3 home runs, 8 RBI, and here, works a walk.
And I think you got to respect her game, what she can do from a power perspective. You got to throw around her just a little bit. I think that last pitch could have been a little bit more competitive, but honestly, to put Blomberg on first base, not the worst thing here for Gossett. She can go and attack the rest of this lineup. She is facing a very hot Jackie Showalter, though.
She's hitting about 311 home runs this season, but her last 5 games, Jenny, hitting .563, 2 doubles, 2 homers, a team-high 11 RBI. She has been raking, especially against Big Ten opponents. 6 of those 11 home runs have come in conference play.
And she's found herself, to me, just working herself up into the heart of this lineup and showing a little protection there for Blomberg. Maybe seeing a few more pitches. You got to have somebody that can protect her.
And that hits her right in the elbow, so 2 runners on for the Badgers against Julia Gossett.
This one is just a rise ball that kind of curves in a little bit more like a screwball, just nips that Evo Shield guard.
The pinch hitter is coming, that's Ava Perrins. Twin Cities native over on first base. Boy, we've seen a lot of action so far on both sides in this first inning. Multiple players on base, and Purdue leading 2-0 here in game number 3, round 1, making the grab and then running over to second is Purdue. And that will end the threat in this inning. The line out and running down the runner over at second.
I know how to make slick-looking goggles/glasses, but I have no idea how to make slick-looking social media stuff.
But GoDaddy Aero uses AI to create social content out of thin air, like this one.
Walton Goggins goggle glasses are great gifts for all guys and gals.
In a pinch? Need cash fast? Bridget's got your back. Get $25 to $250 instantly. No credit check, no interest, no late fees. Download Bridget for free today.
right. Look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs. We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable. Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savebythescan.org.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Allstate, you're in good hands. The celebration photos for the Purdue Boilermakers, who feel like they can get a couple of solid wins here in the Big Ten tournament and put themselves in the conversation for an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament. This has been an ascendant program with a lot of good momentum, with 34 wins under their belt. Think about their tournament last year, where they advanced as a 12 seed all the way to the semifinals. They lost to the eventual champion, the 8th seed Michigan Wolverines. But that was just a tremendous run that Coach Rizzotti said motivated this entire team in the offseason.
Yeah, and I think when you see both of these teams, again, the more wins they get here in the Big Ten tournament, the more postseason implications this has. So finding a way to turn it on here at the end of this regular season and get into this tournament is important. So if you as a coach are able to motivate them in a way that really propels them here to say, forget about what happened in the regular season before this, now it's just about winning the next one, winning the next one. Sometimes a singular focus is better for a team.
Condon pops it up in the infield for out number 1. This Purdue offense has been firing on all cylinders this season. They have set single-season records in home runs, RBI, runs, and in double plays turned as well. It's been a season of growth as they try to build this program up to be consistently competitive.
One thing I love about Coach Rizzotti is that her expectations of this team is high. It doesn't matter where they are now, it's where they finish, it's where they start next season, and it's an upward trend. And it's something that you can see in them. The competitiveness, to me, gets stronger. The outcome is better. You're just seeing that trajectory just head in the right direction.
She said when you get your vision executed, you feel good about the work that you've put in, this evolution to a lineup that is threatening and can do damage with a single swing. Because remember, Jenny, when she first took the job a couple years ago, she looked at the roster, the personnel, and said, all right, based on who we have, how can we win? Well, we have a lot of speed, so we're going to play small ball and really try and be aggressive on the base paths. And it has evolved to this point where she feels like when we're firing on all cylinders, we're suffocating offense.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you see how quick they work. Those 2 runs that were scored in the first inning, I mean, they scored quickly. It wasn't something that was like the slow burn. It was, we're going to attack you, and we're going to attack you quick. Find a way to score those runs.
Yeah, they didn't mind making things a little frenetic to get what they wanted across home plate.
I mean, you speed the game up against your team. That's your chance to win. If you have that ability because you have speed, smart by Coach Rizzotti to kind of use that to her advantage. Great pitch there.
Kylie Franks goes down swinging, and a great start to this inning for Shelby Jacobson after a shaky first.
Jacobson in this inning is living much more around the strike zone. Look how this one cuts. One of the pitches earlier in the at-bat was a great curveball that kind of curved across the plate. There was a swing through on that one, and all of a sudden you're seeing that she threw it again.
Ashlyn Campbell, first pitch swinging. The side retired in order for Shelby Jacobson. Looking great in inning number 2.
Introducing a better way to work with the new desk riser from Branch. Bring movement into your workday by transforming any surface into a standing workstation within seconds. Explore the desk riser and other ergonomic essentials at branchfurniture.com.
We recommend TimberTech 100% of the time when we're working on a waterfront or a dock area. It's a low maintenance product and it's resistant to the weather. It's something that's going to be here for a very long time. TimberTech, it's everything wood should be for docks.
At Mizuho Americas, we know this course, and this one, and this one, and definitely this one. We know them well because we're experts in banking and global markets. Mizuho Americas, a name worth knowing.
This season is going to be epic. It's a movie! They've done it again! Oh my goodness! Start the buses, baby!
At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, we believe in working together to address real-world challenges. That's why we're proud to help farmers cultivate healthy food and landowners preserve and maintain forest land. We're proud to educate the next generation of teachers and drive groundbreaking medical research. Together, we make an impact that rings loud and clear. One Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
We'll have the quarterfinals coming to you on Thursday. The top 4 seeds enter the fold. Superstars galore. That'll be tomorrow, starting live here at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on the Big Ten Network, and stream on Fox 1. Something we talk about in every tournament is there an advantage to playing on this day 1, round 1, getting a feel for the field, your environs, a new ballpark, versus the teams that just kind of hop in and have that pressure of wanting to move on as quickly as possible.
I agree, and I think, you know, the way the Big Ten has kind of been built this year with everybody, it was hard to win a series this season against everybody, it felt like. And so, to your point, I feel like getting locked in on day 1, knowing, hey, we got to hustle I don't know. I mean, it helps you build that energy and that momentum where the teams that are waiting a day, yeah, they have more rest, but they don't have that momentum coming in to a team that's already maybe come out with a really good win.
Yeah, certainly a debate. Yeah, let's see both sides. This is a 7-10 matchup between Wisconsin and Purdue. The Boilermakers immediately on the board in the first inning. Here, Gossett battling back against Kaylee Whiddon.
Yeah, the rise ball spin starting to work well for Gossett. Cuts in a little bit towards a righty batter.
She walked and hit a batter the last inning. But Coach Frizzotti says, yeah, sometimes she'll get herself on a little bit of a tough situation, but she just thrives in stressful situations. She's completely unrattled by it. She's got 2 strikes here on Whiddon. He keeps fouling off pitches.
I mean, I think she was a game changer last year in this tournament. She was one of the people that stood out to me as a key player that helped win. But I mean, look what she did last year. She was hitting more last year as well, but 5 for 10. She had 4 home runs in the series, 13 innings, 12. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better all-around two-way player to perform in the Big Ten tournament last year.
That just misses to make it a full count. And Coach Frizzotti says of Gossett, you can't ever count someone out with that kind of competitive edge. She's been swinging the bat a little bit less this season, but she is a difference maker. Leadoff walk for Whiddon. Working a solid at bat to begin this second inning.
And I'll take competitiveness any day. And the key, you know, especially when it comes from a pitcher in the circle, you control that emotion, you lead the team defensively where you can, you let your offense come through big. And for Gossett, it is just trying to maintain that control, find and pound that strike zone again, which is the key to her and her success.
Coach Frizzotti having a chat with Gossett after the leadoff runner reaches. Coming out to pitch run, Sydney Spear. She's come across home plate 15 times this season, a Wisconsin native, getting some postseason action. And it looked like Jenny Purdue just needed a little bit of a reset, just one batter into the second inning.
Yeah, and I think leadoff hit on base, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, a hit, really resetting yourself and realizing it's time to just go and pound that zone. Maybe you see something from Julia Gossett that is not indicative of what she normally does from her pitches missing too much. You reset. Almost always, to me, Sloan, like clockwork, a reset, whether it's a coach reset or just a field coming together from a catcher, is the next pitch is a strike, just like Gossett threw.
The thing about this Wisconsin offense, you look at most statistical categories, they're going to be in the bottom half. They're 12th in runs per game, 12th in OPS, for example. But they have the fewest strikeouts in the Big Ten. So you know you're getting a tough at-bat every single time. That can wear you down.
Yeah, I mean, aggressiveness, it can bite you and it can be the victory, right? You have to be aggressive, but see the pitches. You don't want to expand the strike zone in a way that is against you. You've got to focus on what's hittable and drive that and hit early on in the count, knowing that the pitcher likely is throwing the best pitches early on in the count. If you just go up there and say, I'm going to be aggressive and start hacking at everything, that's not going to be the benefit to you. So you've got to find that kind of that fine line between being aggressive but staying within your game, and also, you know, try not to expand that strike zone.
Bark with a 2-2 count. She lofts this to right field. Running to make the grab is Condon, who's had a couple of nice plays with her glove, and now one away.
And that was a good out in the sense that you talked about that reset. Reset, work on getting the out. That was an out where there was no runner advancement from Spear at first base. Keep the runners at bay and work on getting those outs. That's a big win.
Danny Lucy at the plate. He's had a tremendous jump this season, hit .236 last year, her first year as an everyday player. Now as a junior from Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, .313. And some power numbers to go along with it. Lucy popped up on the edge of the infield, and Campbell able to make the grab even as he lost her footing on the lip of the infield.
Walking it off a little bit, but watch those feet. She kind of tripped over her cleat a little bit. I think Gossett noticed it too. Still held on to the outs, so now all of the outs have been in the air with the exception of that double play where you tagged the base. Even that was a line drive. So 4 pop flies, and a lot of that is because, again, that rise ball that moves up in the zone, it's got good tight spin from Gossett, excuse me, and Wisconsin has yet to get their barrel really on top of that.
Riley Crane suddenly down 0-2. Purdue with the 2-0 lead, the winner moving on to Friday's quarterfinals. Excuse me, Thursday's quarterfinals. Set a quick final out, keeps it 2-0. On the other side, Mariah Poehler at the plate. Her story of resilience when we return.
Stop, check this out. Our most advanced performance frame, Talon, is out. It's a bestseller. We just got it back in stock, and I want to show you a little bit about it. This frame is an 8-base wrap, so it's going to sit close to your face, give you wide peripheral vision, stay on tight, but it also has a squared off lens for a versatile everyday look. And then you have comfort fit adjustable rubber nose pads for secure fit as well. These come with our signature loss and broken protection, and you can try them risk-free for 30 days. Check them out at shadyrays.com.
This is my body on the inside. I track my sleep, my heart rate, everything. But now I understand what's actually happening on the inside, thanks to Prenuvo.
Prenuvo screens for hundreds of conditions, like ovarian cysts, endometriosis, and fibroids, giving you real insight into your health.
I understand my body like I never have before.
This Mother's Day, save $400 off your scan when you book at Prenuvo.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Figuring out which credit card to use shouldn't feel complicated. Cards Optimizer from Intuit Credit Karma shows you the right card to use for every purchase, so you can unlock the rewards you deserve. Download the app to get started.
There's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
Top of the third at number 10, Purdue and Mariah Poehler with a 2-0 lead over the Wisconsin Badgers. Mariah Poehler has been fantastic from the very beginning. Big Ten all-freshman team. She's been on the all-defensive team as well. Led the team in major offensive categories, but she was injured in the final series of 2025. This year went on to lead the nation in average and hits. And that injury was significant. Collided with a teammate trying to make a catch, suffered a fractured vertebrae, had to wear a neck brace for 3 months, a broken jaw, had her jaw wired shut for over a month, and a fractured thumb, which caused her to wear a brace on her thumb for 3 months. That was over the entire last summer, working her way back. Taught her to value every moment she gets to play this game, so much so that in her second practice back, Coach Frizzotti says she was already diving for a catch, looks over uncomfortably to the head athletic trainer like, oh, should we pull the reins on her? But she said she just had no fear in her recovery because of how much she loves this game.
And it can work you one of two ways, right? You can have fear, or you can just, you know, handle it and attack it head on, and that's what Poehler has done. Really the question of, you know, could she come back and be as good as she had been? And it turns out, you know, she's better than she's ever been, and that shows it, the joy and the gratefulness that she has for the game in this sport and just wanting to do well and perform well.
Tapped on the ground, and Poehler, 2 for 2 today, is gonna reach first base, beaming as she heads over.
Yeah, don't even try it, right? I mean, as soon as that was topped and kind of a slow roller, there was nobody that could really come in. You see how the corners were playing back even. Poehler with her speed, no chance.
Stole a base in the first inning. She entered today with 31, has 32, which leads the Big Ten by a good margin as well. And when she got on base in the first inning, where Purdue scored its 2 runs, Wisconsin seemed a little rattled because you're always aware of her presence.
Yeah. And again, you got to be on your guard if you're Blomberg behind the plate to be ready for a steal at any time. You see already taking a look as Blomberg, immediately she catches that ball, her eyes are on Mariah Poehler there at first base.
Well, Blomberg has caught 11 runners stealing this season. That's tied for most in the Big Ten. So she's throwing people out, but they might also be testing her too.
Question of what pitch to throw there. Time is called.
Blomberg, ball in her hands, whips it over to first, and Poehler safely dives back.
Yeah, and you saw how the reaction from Blomberg was so quick. This pitch, you could see how far off Poehler got, and Blomberg was all over it. That pitch was low in the zone, but look how quickly she popped up, ready to make the throw. Had to step out of her crouch just to make the throw to first base, but man, that was close.
Coach Healy said, you're gonna see Purdue take big leads. You're gonna see them try and manipulate there.
You see, she was ready to throw from her knees, and then when she went back to first base, had time to kind of pop out and make a bullet throw. By the way, an on-target bullet throw.
Anna Moore gets a good piece, and that drops for a base hit. 2 runners on for Purdue, and if you blinked, Mariah Poehler landed at third base. She's 60 feet away from a potential third run.
Yeah, a great first and third situation here. This is just right in the gap. That pitch just fell too far over the heart of the plate. You could see the inner third of the plate. And Anamore takes advantage and drives it back through the gap. Puller does not stop at second base. Easily makes it. A lot can happen here for Purdue offensively.
Number 3 hitter, Haley Painter, first time playing at the power level. The throw to second is in time, but the run scores to Puller. It's 3-0 Purdue as that throw goes to second.
Well, and I think when you know you have speed like that on third base, you just do that straight steal, and if they try to just get the out, that is a productive out. Blomberg makes the throw. It's an on-target throw, gets the runner, Anamore. But by the time the throw is made, Puller's going. There's no chance at home.
Boy, Purdue is fun.
This is a great slide, though. When you look at what Moore did, she went and grabbed it. It was right on the elbow was the tag, but almost slid right by.
Painter continues her at-bat. It's a 1-1 count. And she is able to make contact right to win it for out number 2.
Good defense there. Makes me wonder in those situations, you now just got that quick out. If you knew what was happening after, if you could know that second out was coming, would you have chosen to throw all the way to second base to get Anamore? Obviously that gave you that second out, right? But it would have held the 2 runners at second and third, and you still would have gotten it out in the air. No runners would have been able to advance. So it's kind of one of those strategic situations that you make. Try to think about, you know, do you trust your defense, or do you just kind of succumb to the fact that you've got speed on third base and the chances are better? You just got to get that out.
That is a lot of processing for a quick action.
Which is why I'm not a head coach in that situation, because I would spend too much time really thinking through, well, if we did it this way, we did it that way. But, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, you know, you go and you try to get that out.
Lady Reef not check her swing there. It's a 2-1 count. The off speed is in there for strike 2.
And this is the pitch that Jacobson has to throw. You can see her hand on top of the ball, puts the backspin on it, and man, that just drops down into the zone, 47 miles an hour. And you compare it to 61 miles an hour on that pitch. That difference in speed is enough to keep your batter off timing, and that's why Jacobson's changeup is so important to really mix, especially as you get second time through this lineup. You saw how far behind Reef was on that 61 mile an hour just because it was after that slower pitch.
Couldn't catch up to the off speed once more, goes down swinging, but Purdue is able to add another. They lead 3-0. Mariah Puller's already crossed home plate twice today and is 2 for 2.
When I started Walton Goggins Goggle Glasses, I needed a website. And GoDaddy Aero uses AI to make a beautiful website so fast it'll blow my customers' noggins. While they're shopping for Goggins for their noggins.
No W's in sight? Need cash fast? Bridget's got your back. Get $25 to $250 instantly. No credit check, no interest, no late fees. Download Bridget for free today.
What's Spectrum One? It's internet, Wi-Fi, and mobile working together as one. That means it's faster Wi-Fi on your phone.
It's boosted speeds for streaming whatever, whenever.
Let's go! And it's secure internet.
It's keeping kids like us safe online.
And it's getting free mobile for a year.
It's spending our money on better things.
Spectrum One. It's internet, Wi-Fi, and mobile working together as one. Learn more at spectrummobile.com.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow at 12.
I can't hear clearly on the phone anymore.
Let me show you something that will change your life. This is a clear captions phone. It allows me to read what a caller is saying. You can read what the caller is saying as they say it.
That sounds expensive.
There is no insurance or Medicare required.
Clear Caption service is provided at no cost to you. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone.
Call 1-800-368-2718. That's 1-800-368-2718.
3-0 Purdue with the lead over Wisconsin. This is game 3 of day 1 of the Big Ten softball tournament, brought to you by Allstate from College Park, Maryland. As Julia Gossett for the Boilermakers takes the circle again, facing 9-1-2 of the Badgers lineup. Immediately Gossett getting ahead against Hannah Conger.
And look at the pitch here. String pulled on this one too. Look how in front she is on this pitch. It's still working to come in, and the swing is almost all the way through. That's a great changeup. Undetectable. She comes in with that 64-mile-an-hour heat.
Hitting nearly 300 this season. Grew up a Badgers fan. Coach Healy says she remembers even fall ball of her freshman year. The first time she put the jersey on, had tears in her eyes, hit a home run, just realizing this is the culmination of her dream to get to this point at her dream school. Now an everyday player. Conger hits it into the air in foul territory, tracked down for out number 1. Well, this Wisconsin Badgers team has made significant strides this season compared to where they started in terms of their RPI, helping to try and make the argument to get them into the NCAA tournament, currently sitting at a very solid number 35.
Yeah, and this is how you do it, right? You start at a low point, you play tough teams in the preseason, you get into the regular season, and you have conference wins, and that's what matters. You find a way to win some series, and that RPI starts jumping and jumping, and they've had some good wins against some very good teams. You steal a couple of those, that makes that RPI jump as well, and no doubt about it, Wisconsin, their focus, get into that postseason, figure out how much damage they can do there.
Bojan, one of 3 seniors on this team that have been with the Wisconsin for all 4 seasons, helping author this kind of season. 35th in the RPI, top 30 strength of schedule. Their top wins coming against Michigan and Purdue in Big Ten play.
Yeah, and I mean, they've stolen 4 of those wins in the top 50. And that helps them jump a little bit as they get a little bit higher into that RPI. And no doubt, the more you win, to me, I feel like both of these teams have to work a little bit to get a couple more wins here and figure out how to compete. That just builds their resume there for the postseason. So every win counts here.
Bojan pops it up in the air, backpedaling is Campbell to make the grab.
Again, every ball in play that has resulted in an out in the air. Still that upward spin of what Gossett can throw, just not being adjusted to just yet, but your second time through this lineup here, Bojan, the leadoff.
Yeah, no strikeouts, not even any ground outs here. It's been pretty solid contact.
Yeah, I mean, Gossett lives kind of in that upper part of the zone. She attacks it, but her movement's really good. You have that tight movement on a pitch that'll kind of move up in the zone. Her rise ball tends to spin a little bit arm side into the righty batter. Because of that, she really does a good job expanding the strike zone. Her curveball in the outside corner, and then her rise ball that kind of cuts in. She gets a lot of called third strikes out of that zone just because of that tight movement, late movement on her pitches.
Blomberg at the plate. Our biggest power bat on this team. 2-time All Big Ten. Now in her junior season. 2 outs and bases empty for Blomberg.
Still respecting, I think, her a little bit. 3-1 count again here. Not really giving her a whole lot to do anything with. Walking her first set back, like you mentioned, and really looking to drive a pitch here. That might have been the best pitch you'll see all at bat. Fastball right there on that outside corner. Again, normally you see a curveball that spins off, but this one, just a fastball straight on that corner. Good control by Gossett to get ahead, or to get a strike.
Blomberg lofts it up. And the out is made in foul territory. Retiring the side in order is Gossett. We'll hear from Coach Healy on the other side.
Don't worry. Get the #1 Ultra Soft Tissue that's allergist approved. Because allergies might test you more than finals. For whatever happens next. Grab Kleenex.
Spring, the unofficial new year for tool people. New jobs, new projects with quality tools from Harbor Freight. We've got the savings to start your new year off right. So come celebrate spring at Harbor Freight.
Every day, we are here, turning classes into careers that change lives and research into solutions that save them. We are here, creating jobs, driving innovation, proving what's possible with purpose, passion, and creativity. We are here, serving our communities, working today for a stronger tomorrow for all. We are here.
Purdue with a 3-0 lead over Wisconsin. Top of the fourth, we're joined by Badgers head coach Yvette Healy. Coach, you faced Purdue this season. You know they like to get people on base. How do you feel about your defense and Jacobson are starting to settle in?
Yeah, I like they're containing. You know, this is a great team, and we had great matchups with them, so we know it's going to be a battle here.
Coach, no doubt you know how to battle. It's one of the things I love about the teams that you coach. Offensively, what kind of adjustments do you want to see from Gossett there in a circle, facing Gossett in the circle?
Yeah, you know, I mean, she's good, and we know the first time through is her toughest. So I'm glad we survived that first time through. We're looking to barrel a couple more balls the next time through here.
Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
This is a fun rematch to be able to experience again, Jenny. It was Wisconsin taking the series 2-1 in early April. They outscored Purdue just 15-13, but they were out-hit by 100 points. It was that game 2 where the Badgers tied their second largest comeback in program history, erasing a 6-0 deficit. They won 10-9. So Purdue extra charged up and facing the Badgers again. Coach Rizzotti felt like we had that in the bag. Let it slip away. Chloe Banks extends for first, but the tag is made for out number 1. Well, it was earlier this season the Badgers had that fight that you asked Coach Healy about. It was an incredible run in order to take control, and it was Showalter, the freshman, with a grand slam to seize that game. They eventually took the series, even though they were statistically outplayed offensively.
And that's the glory of softball to me. You can be outplayed, and in the end, you can still come through with one swing of your bat. You can change the game with one swing of your bat as long as you can stay in it. I think that's kind of what Coach Healy was saying. We survived the first time around, you know, like she's got to figure out now how to get her offense to make those adjustments against Gossett. But in the end, like, the score is close, the teams are fighting, and as long as you keep the score within reach, you have a chance in this game. Great change up there.
Armstrong will strike out there for out number 2.
You mix these pitches enough, this is how you keep Purdue off balance. You can see there, again, Armstrong just so out in front of that pitch. It kind of gets away from Blomberg, but gets the out by the throw at first base. Jacobson's really been mixing the changeup well here in the second and third inning.
Condon, first pitch swinging I'll pop it up in the infield. And the side retired in order. We'll talk to Coach Frizzotti after this.
As a contractor, I find sometimes the most impactful thing you can say is what you do on your own home. A couple of years ago, we put a pool in our backyard, my wife and I. There was only one choice for the decking around the new pool. We used TimberTech because of the low maintenance on the product. You can install it and just enjoy it for its lifetime.
Epay, Redwood. I mean, after 1 year, you're sanding and refinishing if you want to keep that sharp look. If you don't want to sand and oil every year, you want low maintenance, go with TimberTech.
Many of my clients ask me, how can I afford to buy my next home, but also make sure my current home sells? That's why who you work with matters. Together with HomeLight, we've helped clients win the home of their dreams every time.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more. More live games.
Are you kidding me?
More stories.
Unstoppable.
More must-see highlights. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
This is game 3 of round 1 of the Big Ten softball tournament, brought to you by Allstate. After this, we have game number 4, Penn State taking on Northwestern. That'll be coming up about 30 minutes after the end of this game, as we are joined by Purdue head coach Maggie Frizzotti in her 3rd season. Coach, it felt like 2 of the 4 innings so far. You get on base, good things will happen for your team. How do you feel like your team's being aggressive at the plate to put pressure on Wisconsin?
Yeah, I think we're making good decisions. We're attacking good pitches. We're getting a little bit too big maybe for my taste, but definitely we're making some things happen, so hopefully we can continue to compete in the box like that.
Well, you've played a couple runs, and you've got Julia Gossett in the circle, who's been stellar so far. Talk about her mentality there in the circle that really propels this defense.
She's trying to go one pitch at a time. You know, sometimes she doesn't get the result she wants, and she's able now to flash it a little bit faster than she has in the past. So as long as she can stay one pitch at a time, I think we're gonna be competitive.
Coach, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you, guys. Boulder up.
Well, that's all part of the progression, right? When you're able to flush that one pitch, move on to the next one. Seems a lot easier said than done.
Well, and that's a summary of you know, great pitchers. They learn how to flush it, and if you live on those moments, and you can see it. Sometimes it's so visible. You give up a hit, you give up a home run, all of a sudden the next batter you walk. That's because you haven't really flushed what happened before it. So I think there's twofold of that: learning to flush it, but also learning that you don't have to be so perfect. And sometimes a missed pitch is still a successful one, and you know, for whatever reason, I think pitchers by nature are perfectionists, and you have to learn how to be an imperfect perfectionist, if you will. And part of that is learning to flush when it wasn't perfect.
These are wise words. Showalter gets it up in the air, out number 1.
Another pop fly. Again for Wisconsin here as they get through the second time of the lineup, making that adjustment to see it down. And Gossett's doing a really good job just living at that top of that strike zone as well and getting these batters. Right now their swing trajectory is just kind of underneath the ball. They need to get quicker hands and right on top of that ball if they're going to connect with it, or look for something a little bit lower in the zone. But Gossett's really been living in that upper part of that strike zone. So you got to really look for that pitch to hunt, either that curveball or that rise ball, and just stick with one and drive it.
Kendra Lewis at the plate. An OBP over 430. Last year, first team All Big Ten, also the All Freshman team. She batted .408. Last 5 games, she's got 4 hits, 2 of them have left the park. Gossett responds back with a strike.
One thing you know about Gossett is that she will attack the zone when she has to with that fastball. It's going to come in as a strike when she needs it. And this is for this Wisconsin batters. When they get that 3-2 count, I mean, expect it to be near that zone
Poehler. If there's anyone who could get to any part of foul territory, it's Mariah Poehler, but just out of the glove.
I don't know about you, thinking about her injury, the closer she gets running into that wall makes me nervous. But you know what? This is her to a T, just her character. She goes all out no matter what, trying to climb that wall to make that catch.
She was really close to making it.
Yeah, yeah. It looked closer from that angle than it did on the first one. And she's just a gamer out there. I love it.
Strike 3 for Gossett.
And again, Gossett has the control. She's not going to miss that ball forward too much. This is beautifully on that corner, right belt high, just grazing that corner. She's not bringing it too far over the plate. In a 3-2 count, you do not have to throw it down the middle. And so often I think batters expect to see the best pitch possible right down the middle. And Gossett says, no way, I'm still going to hit my corner. Gets that strike 3 call.
Kaylee Whitten at the plate in this number 5 spot. Walk to lead off the second inning, her first time up. As Gossett weaves her way the second time through this order.
Oh, and you can see the conversation, how they're hacking down versus swinging through. That's exactly what you want in the situation as she's coaching them up to really not go hack down on that rise ball. You're not going to get it. You're going to pop it up every single time. So again, that is the exact adjustment that you had to make.
Associate head coach Danielle Zimkowitz in her 11th season. Seems like she was having the exact conversation you're telling us.
Yeah, and it's as simple as difficult as that. That one was cut down on, and it was a pop fly. That's been kind of their MO.
Side retired in order, still 3-0 Purdue.
At Mizuho Americas, we know this course, and this one, and this one, and definitely this one. We know them well because we're experts in banking and global markets. Mizuho Americas, a name worth knowing.
In a tight spot? Need cash fast? Bridget's got your back. Get $25 to $250 instantly. No credit check, no interest, no late fees. Download Bridget for free today.
Stop. Check this out. Our most advanced performance frame, Talon, is out. It's a bestseller. We just got it back in stock, and I want to show you a little bit about it. These come with our signature lost and broken protection, and you can try them risk-free for 30 days. Check them out at shadyrays.com.
Behold the Branch Ergonomic Chair, a symbiotic companion for the working human with 8 points of ergonomic adjustment and lumbar support, all for a price that's remarkably humane. Branch, wildly ergonomic.
When your team's goal is to make something lasting, 4imprint delivers the gear that helps your brand grow and brings teams together. Quality products, on-time delivery, and a team dedicated to getting it right. Visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Catch the entire 2026 Big Ten softball tournament presented by Allstate.
Dead center field, and it's gone!
Struck her out.
Coverage continues through Saturday, only on the Big Ten Network.
Saturday night, don't miss a baseball doubleheader. The Cats taking on Illinois, followed by Oregon against #1 UCLA in a top 15 showdown. Watch live at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on the Big Ten Network and stream on Fox 1. Round 1 of the Big Ten softball tournament, the 7-10 matchup. Purdue with a 3-0 lead. And back at the plate again, Kylie Franks pops this one up, and that's out #1.
I mean, truthfully, Purdue on some of these at-bats, it's the same situation that they have to handle that Wisconsin does, that they're getting those pop flies because they're cutting kind of down instead of through that zone. You've got to get your barrel on top. We've had quite a few pop flies from Shelby Jacobson as well. Or thanks to Shelby Jacobson, I should say.
Campbell, a scorcher, is gloved at the hot corner by Bark, and already 2 away.
I mean, that was on fire. Look at this liner. Look, by the way, how close she's playing in as well. This is just a bullet. Keep your eyes open. That gets past her. It's going right down the line for extra bases. A nice job by Olivia Bark.
Third baseman just fought wired differently.
It's called the hot corner for a reason, no doubt about it.
Mariah Poehler at the plate. She's 2 for 2 today, so that's going to up that batting average. Started today at 556, now 561. And this is for an everyday player who is the focal point of every scouting report. As Coach Healy said, how do we contain, to use that word?
Yeah, I mean, and there's a couple hitters in the Big Ten that are like that. Finding out how to contain them, limit their damage, knowing that they're going to get you sometimes. You know, to me, the equivalent, the comparison would be, okay, you've got a really high strikeout pitcher that averages 15 strikeouts a game. You know they're going to get their strikeouts, but you have to figure out how to hit and score a couple runs past. It's the same thing from a hitter. You know they're going to get their hits. You just have to contain them to one base, try to do it with just 2 outs, limit the amount of time Mariah Poehler's up at the plate to begin with.
33 multi-hit games this season, now 101 hits, still leading the entire nation. Now a full count to Poehler.
And both strikes were changeups, and you can kind of see that reaction from Mariah Poehler, like, man, I want that one back. You know she saw it. To me, I would throw another one. She hasn't offered at either one.
Poehler chopped over to first base. The first time she has made an out. Purdue goes down 1-2-3.
Enjoy 20% off store-wide for Mother's Day.
At least SafeLight can come to you for free.
They can come to me for free?
That's right. SafeLight can come to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want at no additional cost. For free mobile service, go to safelight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
This is my body on the inside. I track my sleep, my heart rate, everything. But now I understand what's actually happening on the inside, thanks to Prenuvo.
Prenuvo screens for hundreds of conditions, like ovarian cysts, endometriosis, and fibroids, giving you real insight into your health.
I understand my body like I never have before.
This Mother's Day, save $400 off your scan when you book at Prenuvo.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Softball on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Marathon, proud to save drivers and their co-pilots up to $1 per gallon. And by Discover. Wisconsin trailing Purdue 3-0 in the third of 4 first-round games in College Park. Looking to rally here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And it feels like, I mean, the innings are just, they're going quickly, right? 1-2-3, 1-2-3. You're finding yourself kind of in a pitcher's duel. Julia Gossett retired 9 straight, couple Ks in there.
Swing by Bark, deep center field, and into the glove at the wall of Banks, who tracked it all the way.
And this is about the best swing that Wisconsin has had so far. Look how she swings through it. She just barely doesn't get it all, but that traveled deep. Right to the fence. You could see the right hand of Chloe Banks trying to feel for the fence. Good defense right there so that she could go back and jump against that wall if she had to. Makes that out.
She made that look very nonchalant.
I know, she acted like, it's funny you say that because I'm like, wow, that wasn't a big deal to her. I'm, you know, as a pitcher, from a pitcher perspective, man, that was almost out, you know, but you want that calmness. You want somebody that just feels confident.
Biggs and Polar, quite the combo in the outfield behind Gossett. And then Condon in right field, first time as an everyday starter. They're experienced, they're able to communicate out there too, plus just pure talent.
Great pitch there on the corner. And that curveball spinning off the plate. That is, to me, Wisconsin should hunt for that pitch. Look for the one that's lower in the zone, away from the plate, and send it opposite side of the field. You're seeing them really go and try to attack that up and in pitch more often.
Strike three into Lucy, and Gossett continues to roll into the fifth.
Again, the Big Ten tournament kind of brings stars out. Julia Gossett has always been good. She's showing it again today. That was another curveball. Again, you saw a swing through from Lucy the pitch before that. Why not throw it again? Same spot, same heat. Gets her to swing through it again.
It's 11 straight retired for Julia Gossett, who's dialed in right now and then getting ahead against Riley Crane.
I mean, 62 pitches. Here we're in the bottom of the fifth with 2 outs. I mean, the efficiency of which Gossett has thrown as well, so valuable. Again, you're probably going to rely on her a lot of this Big Ten tournament.
That's what we hear from coaches, where you're working through the regular season, the conference portion of the season, thinking about getting to the postseason where you can empty the tank.
Yeah, you leave it all on the line. This is when it matters the most.
Strike three, and Julia Gossett has got it going now for Purdue, or is that not gonna end this inning?
It looked a little bit like there was a swing through here. This pitch wasn't missing by much either. Really should have been a called strike, but it doesn't look like the home plate umpire called it a strike. So then it was, did Riley Crane swing through or not? The answer is no.
So Crane gets another chance. That lands foul. She capitalized on extending her opportunity in this plate appearance.
Yeah, and this is one of those situations for Crane, you know, take advantage of it. It's almost a little bit of a new life. You're able to hold that bat back, put the ball in play, and get yourself on base.
Gloved in the infield by Campbell, and the defense flashing its prowess behind Gossett. She's retired 12 straight.
Ashlyn Campbell just on fire, getting her glove to get this out. The defense is on fire, and so is Julia Gossett.
One of the biggest challenges my clients face is buying and selling a home at the same time. That's why who you work with matters. With HomeLight, we're able to help our clients buy and sell at the same time. It's the most game-changing product in real estate today.
We wanted a product that looked like real wood, but maybe didn't have the same wear and tear as real wood.
We put this whole deck in together ourselves. It looks amazing, and now the family can enjoy it for years to come. That's one of the things that we're so excited about.
Did you say 12 o'clock? Okay, see you tomorrow at 12. I can't hear clearly on the phone anymore.
Let me show you something that will change your life. This is a clear captions phone. It allows me to read what a caller is saying.
Really?
You can read what the caller is saying as they say it. It's easy to understand and respond to immediately.
It sounds expensive.
Actually, there is no insurance or Medicare required. The service is provided at no cost to you through a federally managed program. Hi, Grandma.
Hi, honey. How are you?
Give your loved ones the connection they deserve. Call now to see if you qualify.
There is no insurance or Medicare required.
Clear caption service is provided at no cost to you. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone.
Call 1-800-361-1687. That's 1-800-361-1687. Call 1-800-361-1687.
4 teams will be able to do this by the end of today here in College Park. And the Big Show will wrap up the entire day of action with highlights, post-game interviews, and complete analysis. Tonight after softball on the Big Ten Network and stream on Fox 1 with Rick Pizzo and Sammy Netley breaking it all down. Already Washington is moving on, and Michigan, it's like a statement win, a run rule victory and a shutout over their rival in Ohio State, coming off a season series that was wild. In Game 3, the Buckeyes hit 7 home runs. There was another run rule in that series as well, but it is Michigan, the reigning Big Ten tournament champions, moving on.
And it's one of those fights to me that you're going to see some of those matchups where the regular series was a dogfight, and now they're back having to face each other again. Very much like these two teams. Your cards are all on the table, right? You've seen all the pitchers, you know what the hitting tendencies are, you know how they did against you, and you know how to make your adjustments. You've had time to think about it. It makes for a great Big Ten tournament.
Anna Moore at the plate, the freshman for the Boilermakers, and she's going to work a quick leadoff walk. That's the first base runner to reach against Jacobson since the 3rd inning. In fact, for either team, with the way that these pitchers have been mowing through batters the last several innings.
It has been a pitcher's duel. I mean, we kind of said it doesn't feel like the first inning matches with the rest of the game, but at any time these hitters can really step up and pass the bat. These pitchers have done a good job keeping the runners off base.
Haley Painter at the plate. He's got 14 doubles this season. That's tied for 6th in the Big Ten. He's played her career at Fresno State and Nevada before making the jump to the Big Ten. Her last 10 games, though, has been raking, hitting .484 with 5 home runs over that span. She's got a runner on right now. Her team leading by 3. Coach Rizzotti says that Painter has been a leader and mentor to younger hitters like Anna Moore, who was just up hitting before her, providing comfort, reassurance, confidence. She's played over 200 career games.
Moore staying efficient too. And what she's been able to throw, but getting behind on the count these last 2 batters.
She had retired 8 straight Boilermakers before that leadoff walk to Moore.
She's kind of changed a little bit about how she's thrown. We talked about how she's been successful for Wisconsin, emerging as the leader. She's thrown up more drops this year, more rises, cut off the fastball a little bit, and reduced the curveball as well. So she's going up and down a little bit more, which has made her more effective. Great pitch there on the inside corner.
Strike 3, 1 away for Jacobson.
You can see it here, just living on the inside part at the knees, and it freezes Painter, thinking it's a little bit too low, but it's perfectly on that corner. Good control to get that strikeout.
The Maryland native Reef at the plate, 1 for 2 today.
Good bounce back too. You get behind on the first batter, Anna Moore, issue the walk, and you come back with that strikeout. And that's an example of flushing it, right? Flush it and find a way to battle back.
Reef with the grounder, throw over to first, not in time, but they do eliminate that lead runner. Now 2 outs.
And 2 quick outs here where you felt like for Purdue, maybe they had something going with that leadoff runner, but the defense for Wisconsin seemingly shut that down.
Chloe Banks will take strike 1 for Purdue. Another experienced bat, senior from Orange Park, Florida. She's been a Boiler throughout her career. It used to be Polar and Banks as a 1-2 punch at the top of the order, stealing bases like crazy. But Coach Frizzotti says actually moving Banks down, getting Painter up, has ignited their offense, really allowed it to come to life.
I think it gives you a better balance, a little bit more depth in your lineup. But again, Banks is somebody who's got speed. She's got the ability to kind of drop that ball anywhere in the infield and in shallow outfield. Having somebody like that, it's like a second leadoff hitter almost.
Still third on the team in average as that breaks through for a base hit. Extra bases here for Banks. Almost sped over to third. And Chloe Banks with her experience giving a lift to this Purdue offense. 2 runners in scoring position.
You could tell Banks wanted to leg that out for a triple, but she had a runner in front of her. She had to kind of hold off. This one just gets under the glove of Jackie Showalter, looking for the hop, and it never hops back up. And you see Reef rounding third and then held up. Take a look at Banks. She's rounding second. When she gets to second base, look at this. She doesn't look like she's going to stop and then has to hold up because Reef did not go home. 2 in scoring position for that rally. And a great job by Chloe Banks to put that ball in play. You can see as this ball got by, the infield not even really thinking. They're looking to cut to make that play home. I love, take a look at this. Her eyes went up to check Reef as she was rounding second base.
She says, I'm not hitting behind Mariah Polar. That's the catcher in front of me. So we're going to slow things up a little early.
Well, and that was truly an advantage, you know, for Wisconsin in that scenario, that they kind of held her from her speed. It was a good throw home as well. It was a good toss back in from Lewis in right field to get that ball in quickly where they had to hold up Reef at third base.
Pinch hitter at the plate is Brie Fontenot, a freshman from Louisiana who's 0 for 5 this season.
And Armstrong had that strikeout against Jacobson before. We'll be looking to have a little bit more power in that lineup, somebody who can put that ball in play with runners on base. If you're Jacobson, again, I mean, you're talking about a hitter who hasn't seen a ton of pitches, not just in this game, but through the entire season. I mean, we've talked about, I feel like in a lot of broadcasts, about data and scouting and all those things. I mean, this is your chance to really attack a hitter. You see the quick bat that she does have, though. And pack some power behind that with 2 runners in scoring position.
In fact, we're most used to seeing Fontenot in the circle. She's second to Gossett with 81 2/3 innings. The off speed works to perfection, and Purdue held scoreless in that inning. Coming up, we'll see Julia Gossett, who is humming right now for the Boilermakers.
If you need help moving and unpacking, you could ask your cousin Casey, who she hired last year.
Hey, girl.
Hey, what movers did you... Sorry, are you still moving?
Or, here's a smarter move. Go with Thumbtack. The pros we know have earned over 14 million 5-star reviews. For your next home project, try Thumbtack. We know homes. Hire the right pro today.
Your entertainment the way you want it. With Spectrum TV, all these streaming apps are included at no extra cost. So you can watch anything.
I could use a second set of hands.
And so it begins.
Movies.
Pops and Wild. Dream Team.
Series.
Like the first pop.
Sports. News.
Here's a look at today's top stories.
Reality.
Do have fun, if you can.
Exclusive originals.
Gonna watch yourself.
And even more of your favorites with live TV. Stream across your devices and watch anywhere. At home or out and about.
I'm just getting started.
It's the entertainment experience you've been waiting for. Streaming apps included at no extra cost.
This is Fear Factor.
With live TV and on demand. All together, all in one place for you to enjoy.
They take care of each other. That's what real heroes do.
I'll see you out there.
Get it all with Spectrum TV.
Julia Gossett has been remarkable in this game, and the defense is backing her up.
Yeah, and I mean, when you've got somebody that can get strikeouts like this, she's just moving her pitches beautifully on the corner, but then the defense is coming through in so many big ways to keep this game with a 0 in that column, a couple columns that I'm not going to mention because I don't spoil it.
That's your rule of thumb?
I will not say it. You can say it, Sloan, all you want. I will not say it.
You know, the pitcher in the room, that makes sense.
I will say she's throwing a shutout. Go ahead. Go ahead and cover that, Sloan.
Well, they can read. But you're right, a lot of zeros across the board for Julia Gossett.
And good move. I mean, her movement's ridiculous right now. And Julia Gossett shows up in the Big Ten tournament. She did last year. She's starting to this year. I love what she's throwing. Just the cut on her pitches, the late break. Wisconsin is not adjusted to. She's getting the corner calls too, which is helpful as well. She can start expanding those zones on the outside and inside part of the plates.
Well, Hannah Conger at the plate. Gossett has kept this offense on its heels throughout this entire game, laying out just out of the glove of Banks. She went all out.
Man, this was so close. You almost expected the defense to come through big here. Chloe Banks, she had this ball in her glove, and when the glove hit the ground to make contact and catch her body, the ball pops out. Ugh. You want that one back. I know if you're Chloe Banks, you know that you're going to get that, but that is the defense to a T. I told you I wasn't going to talk about that. No, one hit in that column.
You know what? That's just further proof.
Never talk about it.
But that was, I mean, great replays on that view. That was in her glove.
Yep. But again, I mean, as a pitcher, you gave up a hit, no big deal. I mean, look at your defense going all out for you always. It's got to make you feel good. I mean, look how close this was in the glove and kind of flipped back a little bit, and it kind of just popped right out.
Just out of curiosity, though, the last time a Purdue pitcher threw a no-hitter was back in 2016. Gina Snyder against Florida Gulf Coast. We talked about, Jenny, how Julia Gossett was one of the stars of the Big Ten tournament last year in West Lafayette. Still a remarkable performance. And her team still with the lead.
Yep. I love her demeanor. I mean, you just saw that Delaney Reeve came out to talk to her, and I didn't see a bit of emotion on her face. She is focused. She is locked in. There's some pitchers that pitch with fire. Lindsey Grine, one I'm thinking of with Oregon, and not Julia Gossett. It is no emotion on that face. Don't give anything away.
Bojan pops it up in foul territory, and Franks will make the out. She loses the no-hitter, but responds back right where she left off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, keeps doing what she's doing. And again, that was a pop fly that just happened to find some territory that was difficult to field, but I mean, literally every ball that has been put in play, with the exception of the liner to shortstop, has just been a pop fly somewhere in the infield and caught. Call that one in the air too.
Another note about Gossett, she did take a no-hitter into the 6th at Iowa on May 2nd, so just a couple days ago. What a role she has been on to wrap up Big Ten play. And now she's got Blomberg at the plate with a runner on. This is dangerous territory for a Wisconsin team that is trying to get anything going offensively.
Yeah, I mean, one swing of the bat can change this game. You have Hillary Blomberg up, long ball power. She puts 2 on the board. I mean, you're a 1-run ball game. That puts you in a much better situation as we're running out of innings here in this game.
Blomberg leads this team in most every offensive category, top 30 in the Big Ten. You pick one, she's there. Fouls this away, keeps it a 2-2 count.
Gossett has not thrown anything over the plate, nor should she, right? With somebody like Blomberg at the plate, you want to throw it off those corners, but again, Gossett's ability to just paint those corners. She's been solid today. You see pushing it off the corner there, just trying to get Blomberg to really go and expand that strike zone. She just fouled one off that was a little bit further off the plate. Why not work the ladder and move it a little bit further? And with the command you have from Gossett, it's easy to do.
Gossett's been methodical in her approach. But here, issues a walk. And 2 runners have reached in this inning. No Badger had reached base since the leadoff hitter Whitten back in the 2nd.
And I mean, this is the rally that Wisconsin needs to have. I mean, a hit that was almost caught, but really dropped in essentially, and a walk. I mean, it doesn't have to be fancy if you're Wisconsin, but build this, right? Build on what this is, build on the fact that you're putting pressure on this defense.
Right now, lock in the entire 2026-27 season of Big Ten Plus for just $20.27 with promo code SAVE27. That's nearly 80% off. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to BigTenPlus.com and make sure to enter SAVE27 when selecting an annual pass at checkout to take advantage of this offer. See the likes of Jordy Fromm, Rock Chalowski of the #1 UCLA Bruins here in this fall season that's inching closer to the end. Sorry to say, but got a lot of action before then. Showalter at the plate for the Badgers, who has flashed immense power potential. Her head coach, Yvette Healy, says she is scary dangerous at the plate. In fact, owns the home run record in Wisconsin state history, even more than Kayla Conwent.
And this is exactly the hitter that you want out. Not only, you know, does she have the power and the ability, she's been showing it off as of late. So you have somebody that just is confident as of late. You want them up at the plate with runners on to really break this open.
Showalter getting ahead against Gossett, 2 runners on for the Badgers, who got their first hit of the game in this 6th inning. It only reached 3 other times prior.
You can see the power of which she has on the inside part of the plate. She kind of lives. Her best hits for Showalter are kind of the outer third and everything inside. And need a belt high. She's got her strength. When you really hit that outside corner, that's, if you can say it's a weakness, that's where her weakness is. So if Gossett can keep, you know, pounding that curveball on the outside part of the plate.
Showalter with an enormous swing over the wall and gone. The freshman ties up this game with a single swing.
Talk about big time. Somebody who needs to come through big for her team to put them back in it. Not only did she put them back in it, she tied it back up. You couldn't ask more from Showalter here against Purdue. This is an inside pitch. This is her strength. You got to get that pitch on well on the inside corner, and it was, but Showalter turned on it beautifully and was still able to lift it out of the park. It got out of here fast. Mariah Poehler going all out like you expect. No chance on that one.
First pitch swinging for Lewis, over to Poehler again, and she makes the grab. And Poehler, she tried to climb the wall here to bring this back.
I mean, so competitive, right? Anything you can do for your team. Look at this, literally trying to make the jump and make the catch. You could see the frustration on her face that she couldn't do anything about it. The game is tied.
And remember, it was Showalter who hit that grand slam in the 6-run comeback in game 2 to defeat Purdue and help take that series back in April. She has been a menace to the Boilermakers.
And again, it wasn't a bad pitch. It was well on the inside corner, but with her strength being inside part of the plate, I might have just lived on that outside part the entire at bat.
The Wisconsin Badgers have been incredibly competitive in close games. They just do not panic. 9-4 in games decided by 2 runs or fewer. They were down by 3, tied things up.
When you get two teams that are scrappy, you know, that's what happens. You find a way to just even the score up. And Purdue, by the way, 8-7 in those games that are decided by 2 runs or fewer. So both of these teams had some success and then some struggles when they play these close games.
7 one-run losses for Purdue this season. Whitten, it's a good piece, delivers to the outfield. And that brings the inning to a close. Wisconsin held hitless through 5 innings. But the burst happens off the bat of the freshman to tie this game.
We're Mizuho. Sound familiar? If you don't know us yet, you should. Supporting the biotech that could cure aging. Mizuho is there. Championing clean energy in Hawaii. We were there too, helping lead the charge on that electric vehicle IPO. Also us. So if you're making your next big move, now you know our name. Mizuho Americas, a name worth knowing.
Being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. Now, we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
With Blackstone, you can cook anything, anytime, anywhere, anything. From weekend classics to weekday favorites, or whatever's on the menu. Anytime. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anywhere. From your backyard to big open spaces all across America. With griddles and more at blackstoneproducts.com or your nearest retailer. Outdoor cooking happens on a Blackstone.
Friday, Brock Chalowski and the top-ranked Bruins look to remain undefeated in conference play when they face Angel Laya and the 13th-ranked Ducks. Big Ten Baseball, Friday at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on the Big Ten Network.
The Wisconsin Badgers have tied up this game heading into the 7th, and Jacqueline Showalter has been a thorn in the side of the Boilermakers this season, hitting multiple bombs against their pitching, including a grand slam and a 6-run comeback win. And then just the last inning, 1 swing, 3-run score, a magnificent showing for the player from Wisconsin who missed all of last year with an injury. Her first year playing every day for this Badger team. And against Purdue, 6 for 13, 3 homers.
I love that confidence. I love that she's able to just bring that to her team. And somebody who was out with an injury to be able to come back, similar to Mariah Puller, right? Your ability to come back and just be confident in what you can do and be grateful for your chance to play. We're seeing Showalter just show out.
More Condon at the plate. And that is caught by the center fielder, Jeannie Lucy. This series has been incredibly close this season. Wisconsin has won 2 of the last 3, but all 3 games decided by 3 runs or fewer. The total runs from their 3-game series during the regular season was 15 to 13. And here tied up at 3.
And that's truly how you knew that this game was going to be a close one. You know, you had a series where all of them were, you know, within a couple runs, and you gotta expect to fight. All these teams that are facing each other again, they know what to expect and know how to fight. We saw both of these teams kind of firing on all cylinders offensively in that first inning, and really until that home run, really haven't broken it up too much in hits. Purdue needing to find a little bit of that momentum on their side.
Franks hits it in the air, and again Lucy brings it in. Two away, and Ashlyn Campbell at the plate, who's 0 for 2 today. Hitting near 300, Coach Rizzotti says seeing the best version of her offensively. Never an easy out.
An important one for Campbell to be able to get on base here. In the top of the 7th here, you've got Mariah Puller on deck. Certainly the batter that you want up to kind of create that havoc, both at the plate and on the base path. No time better than if you have somebody like Ashlyn Campbell on the base path as well. And Jacobson's been stellar here. She's found a way to kind of mix up what she needs to do and really retired a lot of these Purdue hitters, scattered some hits.
The only hit she's allowed a double since the 3rd inning. Campbell loses her bat. There's Mariah Puller to help her out.
So when she kind of reached for it, it slipped right out of her hands. She kind of topped it. Yeah, sometimes as a slapper, you want to kind of have like a soft touch on the bat, so it kind of kills the ball.
Campbell laces it to the outfield. A 2-out base hit for the number 9 hitter. And that means Mariah Puller will come to the plate in this inning.
Yeah, and that was a huge win. Her ability to get on, put that hit in when it mattered the most. Her first hit of the game. Mariah Puller, who's only gotten out 1 time. This is the batter you want up. I love the way softball's played out, and a lot of times you get your big key hitters up when you need them the most. We saw Showalter up for Wisconsin, and now we're going to see Puller up here for Purdue.
Enormous single by Campbell. giving her team a chance at the best hitter in the nation at the plate, the leader in total hits and batting average, plus the speed to change a game when she gets on base.
I was just going to bring up that changeup. The last at bat, the 2 strikes that came on Polar before the ground out was the changeup. This was the pitch. She's throwing it again here in this at bat, and that's what made Jacobson successful against her last time. If I'm Polar, I'm looking for that pitch.
Polar gets a piece, and the catch is made to end the inning. Still tied up at 3 with Wisconsin due up in the bottom of the 7th.
In a pinch? Need cash fast? Bridget's got your back. Get $25 to $250 instantly. No credit check, no interest, no late fees. Download Bridget for free today.
Stop, check this out. Our most advanced performance frame, Talon, is out. It's a bestseller. We just got it back in stock, and I want to show you a little bit about it. These come with our signature lost and broken protection, and you can try them risk-free for 30 days. Check them out at ShadyRays.com.
Introducing a better way to work with the new Desk Riser from Branch. Bring movement into your workday by transforming any surface into a standing workstation within seconds. Explore the Desk Riser and other ergonomic essentials at branchfurniture.com.
You know this grill. It's Weber. The grill of get-togethers, Saturdays and summers. You know the sound, the smoke, the taste of that first bite. Food we're talking about long after the plates are cleared. Now it's your turn to get out there, to grill that steak, those ribs, those wings, charcoal, griddle, gas, or pellet. However you fire it up, we're with you every step of the way. Weber, grilling begins here. Save on Spirit and Genesis now through May 12th at Weber.com or wherever Weber is sold.
Congratulations to the UCLA Bruins, beach volleyball national champions.
Went up high and struck her out. She'll take that.
To the outfield and gone!
The Big Show, tonight after softball on the Big Ten Network.
Tied up at 3, bottom of the 7th on day 1 of the Big Ten softball tournament. And Wisconsin, an opportunity here to potentially walk off to move on to tomorrow's quarterfinals. They face still Julia Gossett in the circle, who's allowed just 2 hits. But unfortunately for Purdue, one of them was a 3-run home run. And that tied up the score after she kept Wisconsin hitless for over 5 innings. Or rather, exactly 5 innings.
And for Gossett and Purdue, I mean, this is the part of the lineup that really, it's a good place for you to be here in the bottom of the 7th. Bark, Lucy, and Crane together 0 for 6. Excuse me. Yeah, 0 for 6 with 2 strikeouts. Still looking to find a hit.
Bark softly tapped. The throw made by Moore for out number 1.
Hit the bottom part of this lineup, get out and focus on hitting again. I mean, at this point, if you're Purdue, I mean, your focus is extras because game's over and you're not on the winning side if it ends in 7.
And your 2 best power hitters would be due up.
Yep.
In an 8th inning.
And there's a sense of it to me where you've already locked into the extras. Okay, well, I guess we're playing extras. I mean, yes, it's the bottom of the 7th, but our chances, we're focused on winning. That is the key. So to me, the mindset does shift a little bit to say, okay, we're still in this. We're going to have, 6 more outs because we're going to score in the top of the 8th. I mean, that's the focus that Purdue has to have.
Danny Lucy at the plate, who's 0 for 2 today. Gossett responds with her first strike of this plate appearance.
I feel like the aggressiveness here from this bottom part of the lineup, they're watching a lot of pitches in which allows Gossett to really throw the pitches that she wants when she gets ahead of the count. Still seeing Lucy here swinging underneath that up pitch, that rise ball.
Coach Fazzotti planning things out. Reaching to go make that swing is Lucy. It goes over the glove of Painter at first base, and Wisconsin has a runner aboard.
If you're Lucy, get excited about that. That's a win, right? That's taking advantage of a miscue where Purdue's defense has been so solid. And this was just a high throw from Campbell. You can see that hop was, it kind of took a funny hop to Campbell and maybe putting her in a position where she felt like maybe she had to rush it because she was a little bit out of the element. Take a look at this last hop. Kind of comes to her side. And then at that point, she's kind of out of position a little bit to make the throw. And makes a little bit of an errant throw. But again, the last time the defense, and it wasn't an error, it was Chloe Banks who, the ball, she dove for it and it fell in. It was a hit, no doubt about it. But the last time the defense didn't make a play is a good way of saying it. They found a way to score. So this is a good win for Wisconsin to just continually fight.
The winner of this game will move on to the quarterfinals tomorrow, taking on number 2 Oregon, finishing just shy of a Big Ten regular season championship. That went to Nebraska. First outright title in their program history in the Big Ten. Off the glove of Reef, scampering over to second is Wisconsin and Lucy.
Again, another miscue here. This one just getting away from Reef behind the plate. The curveball that kind of is elevated a little bit so it goes up and it jumps out. Just tips off the glove of Reef. Again, Lucy getting another 60 feet. You can see Coach Fazzotti maybe calming her team down, reminding them, hey, let's be careful in this situation. Let's reset our mindset. Our defense has been good. Let's see, get in there and play. You see, take a deep breath. Exactly. Remind yourself, breathe.
See if reinforcements are in store for Gossett. Meanwhile, this is a pinch hitter at the plate, Addison Leary, freshman from Wisconsin.
Well, in one out, even a productive fly out, I mean, you don't want to put another out on the board if you don't have to, but you hit one in deep right field, you have a chance to, you know, push Lucy all the way to third base, 60 feet from home. Sometimes it's little by little, and then you hope for that timely hit. Bunt situation, potentially, especially with 2 balls, no strikes. You're just looking to plate one any way you can.
Waring is 5 for 29 this season. That has a 3-ball count.
And this is the flushing it part that Coach Fazzotti mentioned. You got to flush the fact that you got a runner on second base. You got to focus on where you're at here. Flush the fact that you had that pitch that advanced her to second. Throw your stuff. Good pitch right there.
Gossett at 103 pitches. There's a runner at second. And a 3-1 count to the pinch hitter. And she walks 2 runners on for the Badgers.
And that curveball's so good for Gossett, but sometimes it does get away, and that's what you saw there. A little bit too much muscling it to me a little bit when it pushes a little too far off that plate, but it results in 2 runners on again.
Pinch runner going in. Re-entering is Riley Crane. Started this game as the number 8 hitter. Still just 1 out for the Badgers. An error and a walk is allowed to base runners against Gossett and the Boilers. Conger, really solid 342 with runners in scoring position.
And is singing Gossett well, got to hit her last at bat.
That was the first hit of the game.
Yep, that was that
Gossett.
pop fly into shallow outfield.
Runners advance.
That's
now
huge.
2 in scoring position.
Huge. You see the square to bunt from Hannah Conger, brings the corners crashing in, and it leaves third base a little bit more open. Campbell slow to go and cover it. Nobody at third base to make the throw. Well executed, beautifully done. And now 2 in scoring position, the winning run, 60 feet away.
Hard hit ball over the head of Polar, and Wisconsin is gonna walk it up to the quarterfinals.
You could not have played that better. An outstanding job by this team to execute when runners are on base. Even when it was a struggle for most of the game, they come here in the 6th and the 7th, and they come through big. Hannah Conger, big time hit here.
It was Conger who broke up the no-hitter. And then with the walk-off swing, in the number 9 spot for a Wisconsin team that was held hitless through 5 innings.
Well, and once the runners advanced and you were 60 feet away, a sac fly would have worked, and it looked to me like Conger was just looking to drive one far. She did more than that, drives it over the head of Polar, who's playing in because she has to make that throw home. I mean, so beautifully done by Wisconsin. Outstanding job by Lucy. You know, keep in mind, she gets on from an error, and that's really where the rally started. Such a battle here between these two teams. My heart breaks for Purdue. Hard way to lose here in a walk-off, but man, gotta love it if you're Wisconsin.
The fight was incredible to witness. And we are joined by the star of today, Hannah Conger. Congratulations on this victory, moving on to the quarterfinals. How did this team respond, the kind of fight that you witnessed, especially when your team is held without a hit through 5 innings?
I think we just had so much belief. We've played behind in a lot of games, and we just knew that we had what it takes to win. And so I just had a lot of belief in my teammates.
Hannah, walk us through that hit. Obviously, you got the runners to advance by squaring to bunt. Then what was your goal there on that last hit? Ooh.
Oh, we're going to have to pause. That set us off as she gets mobbed by her teammates. It's a well-deserved Gatorade bat.
Well-deserved bat, no doubt about it.
Hannah, just a slight pause there. Thanks for joining us again.
Yeah. Let's try this again. Walk us through that hit. Obviously, you squared to bunt. The runners advance. You've got a runner 60 feet from home. What was your goal there at the plate when you saw a pitch?
Yeah, I was just trying to find a way to put a ball hard in play, especially on the ground. I knew we had Danny on 3, who's super fast and has a ton of speed, so just find a way, put a ball in play, trust my teammates. If I don't get it done, I know Bo's right behind me to get it done.
It was 2 seasons ago where Wisconsin made that run to the semifinals. Where does this confidence come from in this format, this single elimination postseason?
I think we love playing together. We have a blast playing together. We know that if we play our best and we fight and we trust each other, we're going to come out on top, and that's exactly what we did.
Hannah, congratulations. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Go Badgers.
4-3 is the final. Wisconsin over Purdue. That was nice of them to take the headset off.
That was well thought of. I noticed that. Well done. But, man, she didn't see that coming at all.
That was very thoughtful. Sydney Vitonkel, thank you very much for being considerate of our equipment and their celebration of Hannah Conger, who deserves all of it, all the hugs, all the excitement from her teammates, breaking up the no-hitter and then the walk-off in consecutive at-bats. The Badgers will be taking on the number 2 Oregon Ducks tomorrow at around 4:30 p.m. Eastern here on Big Ten Network. We still have one more spot up for grabs in the quarterfinals. Penn State will take on Northwestern to face number 3 UCLA. That'll wrap it up for the third game from College Park today. More Big Ten softball comes your way shortly. Penn State taking on Northwestern. For Jenny Ritter and our entire crew, I'm Sloan Martin. More softball coming your way. We'll send it to Rick Pizzo in Chicago for a Big Ten Live game break.